Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
Let me turn up the volume. Man, so here in Louisiana, starting tomorrow, masks are mandatory.
Is audio good?
Yeah, I'm fine, bro.
Okay, good. So they're mandatory in
Starting
Louisiana?
tomorrow, our governor, John Bell Edwards,
Man. That's gonna be everywhere, even outside and everything?
everything, not just businesses. I mean,
Wow.
there's no limit to this, man. People don't realize this isn't going to stop. This is lockstep. It's going to
Right.
they're going to start using leverage to people on welfare, not that they don't already, and people that want to keep their job. Oh, well, have you had the vaccine? Do you have the Tracer app on your
Right.
smartphone?
Yep. Yeah. I had my friend over yesterday, and he's a prison guard here in
Oh,
Michigan. Yeah. He also served with me in the US Army, and he's just as pissed off as me and you about the whole COVID stuff. And just it's good to have people in your life that agree with you on things.
it's not even that. The government's moving on such a fake agenda. They're that desperate for more control, so they constantly pitch down our back and tell us it's raining. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and this isn't conspiracy talk anymore. I think people are either waking up or they're digging their head further in their ass because they don't want to believe that all this is for the negative.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder where's the straw that's going to break the camel's back.
I'm thinking, and I'm hearing people. I had one interview. Well, no, he didn't interview it. He gave me a phone call, but we need to start a colony. It's like, where can you move? We need our
Yeah,
own little sovereign place in the country where we grow our own garden, teach our kids everything we know, and we can escape all this stuff. And all the crazy bullshit can go down in the city where they all have vaccines and all this area isolation of chemtrails and shit. We need some sort of country commune where we.
oh, come up to my county after I take it over.
You know what? I fucking will.
Yeah,
I will.
man. No mask, no vaccines.
Are you gonna start? Are you gonna start? You gonna run for parish? What we call it parish. Are you gonna run for county president? What do you
No,
have planned?
I'm just taking over the land. Remember,
You
that's part of
should.
my court case.
You should.
Yep.
You should. And if you do spin off, if you spin off and start some sort of colony, I want in. You call me. I'm gonna sell my house and I'm gonna come up there. I'm gonna bring all my bullshit in a
Oh,
U-Haul.
for
I'm gonna
sure. Yeah.
put my wardrobe.
Yep. I
I'll
got
bring
a big
all
old map of it over here. Let me show you real quick.
fuck yeah, dude. Break me off.
This is the map of it. Let me try to move my chair out of the
This
way.
motherfucker. Yes, this is great. Okay, let's check this out.
So this is the county known as Ingham right now, but right here is where our Capitol building is. So even the state of Michigan's capital is within the county I claimed. And this is about 650 square miles.
Uh-huh.
We got multiple lakes. We got malls. We got airports. Plenty of farms.
That's awesome.
Yep, lots of good shit.
That's awesome.
So,
I don't see any other remedy, practical remedy than doing what you and I just proposed. I really don't, I don't know, how do you stop this? Everyone's moving on, not everyone, but the government is they're just moving forward. They're not giving
yeah.
a fuck. We're giving bullshit explanations. I don't know how to fight back. I really don't. I really don't.
Yeah,
Yes, I
that's why
will.
I'm glad I started this back in 2016. And
Oh
I
yeah,
proposed
because of
all
how
this.
slow the process. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, you got that kind of foothold.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, that's what
Well,
we got going
let's
on.
start the
Ready to?
show. Let's
What's
start the
that?
show. What is it that you wanted to discuss today? What's going on? I'm gonna let you take
So I
one.
know our last episode we talked about a lot of who was financially empowering these training, this deception and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Well, it goes even deeper. It goes on a much grander scale.
Explain it.
So
Explain it,
I'll break it down for you.
please.
Two things before we get into that. I wanted to share with you two channels on YouTube that I think you'll really like.
Yeah.
You may already know of Chad Swans. Do you know him?
No. What is this?
So he is I think he's definitely a higher level Freemason than I think he may be in the 30s now. I'm not sure.
Okay. So
He's got
Chad
a pretty
Swan,
good following on YouTube. Chad Swans. Yep.
like multiple
He's,
swans.
mm-hmm.
Okay, not Mary Swanson though, huh? Anyway.
No, no,
I
no.
remember that. Okay,
And
Chad.
I assume that you're kind of MAGA too, with the red hats in the back.
Assume, do you see? I got both generations. Keep America
Yeah,
great and make America great.
yeah. Nice.
Fuck yeah. All
It's
right.
also very MAGA, so you like that, I'm sure.
Okay, so Chad Swans, what else you got for the audience?
This other one is really good, even though I'm not like, MAGA or QAnon, but I really like this guy's channel. It's Conservative Ammo. And his website is conservativeammo.com. Great work. He makes phenomenal videos. He did one about the climate change. It showed over time how, lies were being implemented, how much money has been spent.
Oh yeah, all that stupid shit.
Yeah. And just, the liberal hypocrisy and stuff like that. He just nails it. He does a really good job. So
Okay.
hopefully maybe we can get him on this show soon.
Yeah, I'll reach out to them, or you can reach out. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that, man. Because as much as we have a passion, there's people you are experiencing it too. But we got people that were in these government bureaus, and we got people. Yeah, there's people that have much more. They were closer to this kind of heat, if you will, that can comment from experience, and that's the people I love to shut up and just let them roll. Like,
Right.
I don't know if you heard of Donald Jeffries or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. People like that, I'm like, you know what? Take it. It's your show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just wanted to share those two with you. So, the interesting thing is, I thought about this the other day, was the dollar sign. If you take it as the S with two lines in it, if you just draw that on paper and try to extrapolate 3 letters from there, I would ask you what you would get.
SH. What else? What I'll be seeing?
I.
Oh shit.
So IHS is the initials for the Jesuits on their symbol.
Oh yeah. I
And
remember.
I don't know. That's just me just seeing something that looked interesting.
Yeah, I remember a lot of Jesuit talk with one of the guys I interviewed. He was trying to explain their history.
Yeah, their history's kind of in between Knights Templar and the Freemasons.
Yeah, tell me, teach the class, because I don't want to speak on something I don't fucking know.
So from what I can tell, the Knights Templar were getting kicked out of France right around 1300s from either practicing the stuff they learned in Solomon's Temple while they were there, and they probably got too wealthy and became too politically powerful inside of France, and the king didn't like that. Either way, it got them burned and kicked out of France. When that happened, they spread out throughout Europe. Right around that time is when Switzerland was established. And though it doesn't say it was established by the Knights Templar, they have Knights Templar commanderies, like they're all over the place there, still today. In Spain, 1400s now, we have the Catholic Church pushing in the Spanish Inquisition to kick all the Jews out of Spain.
And that's some fucking freaky shit.
Yep.
You research
and if you look into the Knights Templar history, if they stayed at the Solomon's Temple, learned what they had, might have accrued a lot of wealth from them, they probably gained a love and understanding for Jews, And then I think it was even recorded in something that said that they really started disliking the Catholic Church for persecuting the Jews so much. So I think that could have gave them ammo to teach people that defected out of Spain, the Jews, that wanted to fight against the Catholic Church, now could have Knights Templar come help them how to do that, how to do poisoning, alchemy, stuff they learned from Solomon's Temple. Now, this is a little bit of speculation, but it's very coincidental in timing, So, and then from there, the Jews, or not the Jews, but the Templars also went up to Scotland, helped them, Scotland become independent from England. And I think that's helped what started the Scottish Rite from
Yeah,
Albert Pike.
the Scottish Rite, York Rite, as far as
Yep.
masonry.
Yep. And besides that, from there, it's always seemed like the Jesuits were, even though they called themselves a Catholic order, were doing stuff that was more helping Jews and Freemasons and stuff like that. I get the gunpowder plot in England at 1600, but they didn't kill, King James like they were trying to. And it seemed more like another proxy of either scaring the Parliament or maybe scaring King James out of getting out of seat so they could put somebody else in charge up there. I don't know. That's still an area I got to do a little more research on. But, when the Jews fled Spain, they came over to the Caribbean. They started settling there. And when America became a free religion, 1789, now the Jews could help start migrating into the U.S., getting settled more. And the Jesuits came over when all the different monarchies came into America trying to settle the land. And all the monarchies got kicked out, but the Jesuits got to stay. And 1774 is when, right before our revolution, is when the Jesuits were denounced by the Pope in the Vatican to say, we're abolishing your order, we're no longer going to support you. And that was like literally right before we had our revolution in America. And then, and then we kicked all the monarchies out. Then Napoleon was coming up in France, and then he reestablished the order when he went to the Vatican and put the new Pope in place. And then from there, it just seemed like game, set, match. I think the Jesuits took over the Catholic Church there, and they've been more helping out Jews. And this is what, if you think about it, why did the Catholic Church stop persecuting the Jews ever since Napoleon took over in 1814 or something like that, when he went to the Pope and overthrew him? So, yeah. And on his way, Napoleon was lifting the Jews out of ghettos out of Europe, saying, you better release you Jews out of the ghettos or I'm going to just destroy your country, Europe. And they did. So, it's a very big movement. It's got a lot of different pieces, a lot of different locations and times, but it does have a common thread if you look at it,
Yeah, the overlapping threshold, yes. Also, too, I think it might have been a recent Crow episode. I don't know if you still follow them or what you've had time to listen to, but did you hear something about a lot of the states' constitutions and history being rewritten around 1850, 1851?
I know the state's constitutions were amended quite a few times. The last one that the state of Michigan's was like 1963, I think.
Okay, well, anyway, I'll wrap this up, put a bow on it real quick since you can't elaborate on it. I was just going to touch on it, see if you could run with it. But there was some sort of, according to Crow and the research they did, which I trust them at thus far. They said something about like some overhauls on state constitutions around the 1850s. Just food for thought. Maybe you can look into that. Maybe it might even help your research to really, tear up.
I wouldn't doubt it, because that'd be right around the time that they started destroying our property titles and returning us to feudalism.
So I don't even need to make the next point I was going to. You already touched it.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
About the familiar time there.
Yeah, it's nuts, Derek. I just don't see, like, of course, I don't want to just sit here and we bitch the whole time about the government, which, we will do in an adult conversation, but I also want to provide something anecdotal to people. And all I can really say is, even before we divulge and digress and talk about all sorts of subjects, the only thing I can say, I guess I'll speak for myself, is we start some sort of colony, and no, this isn't like radical Islam. I just want to be, for any disclaimer, this isn't a violent, I'm talking selling a house in the city and moving to the country aspect of things, staying healthy, getting a full amount of sleep, living a holistic life,
Yep.
balancing food, sex, and sleep, taking in the minerals you need, educating your children. You got to take that in your own hands. I think just being holistic, as in no Western medicine, no big pharma, and being healthy and just turning off the fucking TV. Well, at least I say that because of mainstream Mockingbird media. If you like watching old classics and John Wayne, you get what I'm saying. That's not propaganda,
Right.
But you got to take a lot of things into your own hands.
Yeah.
And I don't say this with pride, but people really need, if they think you and I are being silly or we're radical or this MAGA stuff is a crock of shit, we take no pride in saying that your head is up your ass.
Right.
I take no pride in telling other people that, like, you're a human too, black, white, red, gay, straight, anything. You're a human too, and my mission is not to fuck with you at all. I simply want to see you save yourself. If you want to join me, come on with it. If not, nice knowing it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to. Anyway, I really loved all the knowledge you have. You've done a lot more research in recent law than I have. So
hopefully, if we do get a nice little commune setup or something, we can have it without having another Waco happen. That federal government likes to step in, and
that's what scares me too. When you catch enough heat, it's gonna have to be a breakup of like little colonies of, I don't know. Yeah, because you have a big one. They're gonna say, oh, of course, they're gonna tell the Mockingbird media, oh, say that they are raping kids and doing this, drugs. That way we can get the backing.
Right.
I'm willing to send the National Guard. Who was I listening to? Alex Jones. Do you follow him?
Not anymore. I used to.
Oh, why don't you?
I don't know. I mean, I don't mind it. I think he gets too energetic, and then I start losing interest. I like people who come at a little more calm approach, explain the facts. Don't give me 90% opinion. I want to hear at least 50% fact. Then you can go with opinion after that.
Wonderful.
So,
okay. No,
some of his co-hosts are really good.
Fuck yes, dude. Man, he had a black gun owner from Austin, Texas. Oh, go ahead.
Something crap, I forget. He has like a branch off of his main InfoWars thing.
He has the War Room, the David Knight Show, and then I think some Latina chick who speaks up sometimes.
Yeah, there's another thing also. It's like Beyond something, like I don't know. I forget what it's called. I'll let you know on a later episode or something.
That's fine, brother. Anyway,
all right, well, back to the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I bring up the ISIS horse set, that's kind of the IHS, Jesuit. That can backtrace to Jewish, came from Egypt originally, right? So that's why I think they use the IHS. Then you have on the back of the $1 bill, you got to bring that up for conspiracy theories, right?
Well, no, of course, dude. I'm in masonry, and they have that kind of that shit's nuts. I don't even think people realize that all these subliminal messages, it's the elites laughing at us. It's two truths and a lie, or hidden in plain sight. I mean, if it had no significance, then why is it there? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me announce the contrapositive to it. If it's not significant, why is it printed on our money?
Yeah, exactly. Like, how was that even authorized? And then so we have our pyramid with all-seeing eye on the back of the $1 bill. On the other side, you have stars set up in a formation that when you connect them, it's a Star of David.
Oh yeah.
It's right above the eagle. It's a section of stars, and if you draw the lines to them, it becomes a Star of David. And then each of those 6 points that comes off, the 5 on the outside ring, point at the letters MASON. That's cool. And you can see that all over the internet. A lot of other conspiracy guys have already covered this, but just that's seemed like the most blatant thing that I've seen Freemasons say. We are from this ilk, from the Jewish ilk. And if you think Kabbalism is Jewish mysticism, that's where its origin is. So, just something to think about, I guess.
Yeah, you're right.
But we can go on the last episode that the Rockefeller Foundation funds Common Core.
Yeah, they're making big grants to schools, giving endowments. Hey, if you don't mind, teach this. Oh, and here's $20 million.
Yeah. We gotta harp on the Holocaust. You'll learn that while you're, young. While you're not even out of elementary, you'll learn about the Holocaust for some reason. Pretty horrific thing to learn. But it's not the worst thing that's happened in history.
Not at all.
Right. And stuff like slavery from the Civil War. The Civil War was about slavery. You just have to learn that, right? But they don't tell you about the other things that the Civil War was about that was driving force behind it. And I've seen 2 videos on YouTube recently that just, you heard of Prager University? This is another one of those online, we're going to teach the public about stuff, but we're not a real school. And I've seen 2 channels destroy them. It might have been that conservative ammo guy, I think, is one that did one. He did brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What is this school called? What is this?
So Prager U, Prageru. Okay,
I have it right here. So that's a bad deal.
Yeah, they're the ones that just are giving you the very sugar-coated powder history of what you think happened.
Sanitizing that timeline. You know what I'm saying? Nope. This happened this way. This happened that way.
Right. So, but yeah. So we know that there is a real big problem in our education. I had mentioned on Crow's show that the INSA court from the Bar Association, all that came in right after the Civil War. That's when they all started establishing in the U.S. So they're also controlling the narrative of what lawyers learn for law.
Oh yeah. I from law school and the bar, all the stuff that we're taught, man.
And even that's got Knights Templar origins. If you look into the bar, you can even just Google that. It'll tell you that the bar is from the Inner Temple in London. And that was from back when the Knights Templar had their own church, basically, or temple set up in London Square. And that's where like minds started meeting to form a doctrine of what the lawyers were going to learn, or even I think they did medical professionals and stuff too. But
okay,
yeah. So you got to look into history and where things come from, because then you'll start to see who's behind teaching us.
Yeah, I want to drive that point home even further. Everyone should look into history and understand how it's been controlled and how there's been tons of leaps of logic and things are implied. How we, just like you, which got my attention why I sought you out after the Crow shows, you undermined the legal process of land taxation.
Right.
And what's funny is all you did was highlight something. You didn't even highlight a flaw. This just what you highlighted was how things are supposed to be.
Yeah.
And how things are being practiced.
Right. Yeah, I didn't create my own theory. I just pointed out what happened.
You went back and looked yourself. Yeah. You were not lazy. You didn't sit and play Fortnite all day. You weren't finger popping your ass at your house. You got up and you did something that the government hates, and you looked into them factually.
Yeah, educate yourself. That'll piss off the government more than anything.
And that's the whole ironic factor. Wouldn't a government that's supposedly here for us and taxes us to spend that money that they pull on infrastructure and things of that nature for the good of the people,
that's one thing governments all harp on. We need money for our education system. We need that money. Well, where's the states get their money besides the local residents? They're going to get it, the counties are going to get it from the states, and the states are going to say, okay, now you need to learn our doctrine.
That's exactly it.
And then they also get federal grants.
That's another thing. Yeah.
Say, okay, you got to stick to our doctrine, and that's Rockefeller Foundation.
Yeah. Thank you. And see, they have the money, they have the cash and the credit to turn out your lights. And so when the Rockefellers approach, or some sort of, registered agent on their behalf. I'm sure,
Mm-hmm.
and say, hey, look, we got a check for, X amount of dollars. Maybe you should do this. That whoever
Yeah.
the school is like, of course.
Right.
Like,
I
oh,
dare
sure.
any parent go into a parent-teacher, not a parent-teacher conference,
PTA.
but like a school meeting and
Yeah.
say, you know what? We want to get off state funding and we want off federal funding. We just want it to be local funded. And see what that school does. They're going to say, hell no. We
I
want that money.
I completely agree. The only thing that
Yeah.
kills me is everything good always gets infiltrated. There'll be one
Right.
family put in place that's some sort of, just indulge in this analogy with me, some sort of CIA operative, and they come in and they start funding and they corrupted it after they turned out a couple generations of good kids. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I hate saying that. It's just, how do you keep things from not getting corrupted when
You got to keep it local. You got to keep it
I
local.
agree.
In
I
the
agree.
neighborhood, that's where the school goes. Don't have it be funded by the government or any outside source. It's straight locally funded by the people that live in that community, and they can be the ones that help teach, or they could hire somebody, but they have control of the curriculum.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to help a lot of things.
No, it's a shame. I made a post about joining some Donald Trump club today on all my social media. And I'm telling you, like, I'll just see friends and followers just like whoop, drop down a little bit. I'm like, well, you know what? Good. Because I don't want to have people like that in my life. I love making Trump posts and like basically purging people that indulge in propaganda. This is so like petty boohoo crap. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, it's just funny. I'm trying to help wake people up. Not that Trump's perfect at all. Like, why is he still letting Fauci operate? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's so much a lesser of the two evils. I wouldn't even call him evil. He's just not the best. That's it.
Yeah.
He's not an evil. But it hurts me when people can't appreciate Donald Trump for the things that he is doing.
Sure.
So if you can't see he's an alpha male that stood up and he's self-funded,
Mm-hmm.
then like, not only that, what kind of leader do you want to lead a nation? Do you want some sissy beta bitch?
Yeah. Right.
Like, I would think you want a cockstrong guy to stand up and be like, screw that, we're doing this.
Yeah,
I mean,
look what happened in Seattle when you tried to be too light on the public, right? I mean, holy crap. That's still going on.
Wonderful point. Yeah, man.
Yep. All right, so this will be a good segue into everything right now.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So when you want to dig deep into where your local government's getting its funding from, if you want to see where your tax money is going, your local county or parish should be putting out some type of financial report every year to show a breakdown of the budget, where it's going, whether it's real or not. That's where the
yeah. It's just fund allocation. Yeah.
Yeah. So not only do the counties and parishes have it, but so do the states. And I have the state of Michigan's pulled up right now. It's called the.
Can you flip the camera to it?
What's that?
Can you flip the camera to it?
Can I on Zoom?
Are you on your computer? We can do a screen share, huh? You can do screen share. You have that? Can you move your mouse to the bottom and hit screen share?
Boom. Cool.
If you can't, don't worry about it. Just tell us in detail, please.
All right. Can you see that right here?
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Hold up. Derek has started screen sharing.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so
nothing's came through though. It's just black. It just says Derek started. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, boom. Go ahead. You got it.
All right. This is the. I'm gonna get into this one later. I gotta pull up the other tab. I got the damn. Hold on. I gotta move this.
This is so cool, man. I'm seeing everything on your end. I literally see everything on your end. This is so cool.
I need a new computer because I can barely hold all these windows open and share with you.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
But we're gonna get there.
Hell yeah.
Your own state has multiple websites to look at, and I'm going to pull up. Oh, I know it's this one right here. Actually, now I'm gonna confuse my computer. I'm touching too many tabs. So this is State of Michigan's own website. This is going to be what it looks like on the digital end. State of Michigan Comprehensive Annual Financial Report.
Oh, wow.
It's got all the different years. So you can click on whichever one you want to look at. Every state should have this. They have to have this done before the fiscal year comes to a close. It's the same as the military. Our fiscal years restart in October every year. That's when the funding restarts. So when you open it up for 2019, this is going to be the budget plan for 2020 for this year. It's 334 pages just for this one. And this down, you're going to have multiple pages that show like this, like a budget drawn out table, expenses, revenues, blah, blah, blah. They're going to give you a lot of different balances for different things, and they kind of overlap each other, so it gets a little confusing. But right down here on page 22 of this one for state of Michigan's, we have revenues, this pie chart. Operating grants right here is 37.4% of the entire revenue of state of Michigan.
Operating grants?
Which is federal grants. That's money the state of Michigan is getting from the federal government to do Department of Transportation Services, DTS is a big one, and DHS, Department of Human Services. They fund most of the local governments. And as you can see, state of Michigan brought in $57.6 billion. That's their budget. Last year's was their expenses were 58. So they're already under budget by millions and millions and millions. And right here you see this other section is called general taxes. So now we don't know whether that's sales tax or income tax or whatever. They've combined it. So I couldn't tell you if the government's getting more money from the tourists coming in and buying crap or from local people giving our income tax back to the state.
No, it needs to be that way. It needs to be ambiguous. How rude of you to look this up. Come on, Derek.
Yeah, right.
You're so rude for rooting around in the government's business. I mean,
yeah, my bad.
No, I wish they had like a little pie sliver that says like kickbacks. Just be honest, you know.
My court case too, just to be like, do you think like they work for you? Let me show you who they work for.
Oh yeah.
Because the federal government takes the biggest chunk out of it right here. So they ain't beholden to nobody. They're definitely not sovereign to the federal government, I'll tell you that. Yep, and then this kind of breaks down where they spend it, but still.
Health and Human Services, yep.
Yep.
There you
go.
So
all your little programs to infiltrate people into parents' lives and tell them you've been a bad parent and, put them through hell. I've been through it myself. That's all heavily funded. And they're not getting rid of that program. They blatantly violate the Fourth Amendment with those programs, with all their social services and crap. But, some of it does really good work. I'm not taking that away.
No. There are good, it's like, no. We don't want to profile everyone that works for the government as a bad
right.
That's
but
not.
I guarantee you the bulk of their money comes from just harassing greedy parents. And so that's the combined annual financial report. So now that you know who has more control over your government, you or the federal government, or whoever's paying into it, it ain't us. We don't have the biggest chunk of the pie. Now we're going to go on to Gretchen a little bit.
Yeah, please.
We need to talk about, do we actually live in a democracy, right?
Let's check it out.
So this is called Ballotpedia. This will give you the statistics on voting for whatever governor, whoever, and whatever year. So this is the year that she was promoted to governor here in Michigan, and she got 2.2 million votes, right? She won the majority out of the number of people that voted. What's the number of people that voted? 4.2 million people that voted. And if you don't know how many people live in Michigan, you might think that that's a lot. Let's see. So the number of registered voters, oh no, I used to have it up. Where'd it go?
Right there to the right, 7.7 million.
Perfect, thank you. 7.7 registered voters, 7.7 million. Yep, and I'm gonna call bullshit on that actually, because I just found statistics right here. This is the total population. This is a Michigan State Gov website, and this explains the total population of 2018, the year that she was elected, was not almost 10 million. Almost 10 million people in the state of Michigan. 2.1 million of that were below 18, so they couldn't vote, right? That's only 21.7% of that. So when you take that number subtracted from the total, you get about 7.8 million legal adults in the state of Michigan. 7.8 million. Then you come over to back to
All
here.
that COVID shit. I hate seeing it. I can't get it away. When I open up Facebook or something, it'll be a big CNN article. It'll be a big thing like COVID. You know, it's at the top. I hate that.
Yeah. And then, so you're going to tell me out of 7.8 million legal adults that 7.7 million voted? I highly doubt that.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, you have people that don't take that. They don't exercise their rights, you know?
Exactly. I'm one of them. I didn't do it. So I guarantee you they don't have my number allocated in there. But even out of that, they said 7.7 million voted.
Yeah.
Down here, or 7.7 million could have voted. Out of that, 4.2 million voted. That only comes to 53% of the entire voters that voted. That's not even who voted for her. So you're already at a 50% of the people that voted or could have voted in Michigan that did vote, and then from there you're only what? Oh God, 2.2 to 4.2. You know, roughly half. So a quarter of the people that voted for her. You know, and that's even a small margin compared to the 10 million people that live in Michigan. And you're going to call that a democracy?
Huh. Let's do this. I think we're even more corrupt than you. Can you look up Louisiana and go find out John Bell Edwards, how he won governor?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, just do that in the last 15 minutes.
You know how to spell his name?
John, easy, you know, J-O-H-N, and then B-E-L, and then Edwards. John Bell Edwards. It's one L.
One L?
Yeah, John Bell.
But yeah, this is something that people should definitely look at. This should be taught in schools.
I know, man. You know what? We could have 10 episodes of what should be taught in schools.
Yeah. Okay, I got this crazy looking guy, John Bell.
Thank you. That knee-jerk reaction. Thank you.
Yeah. He only had, is he a governor down there?
Yep, that's our governor.
Oh my God.
Hey, starting tomorrow, gotta wear that mask everywhere you go.
So he only got 774,000 votes. I don't know what your guys' population is there. I'll look real quick.
Yeah, look real quick.
That's out of 1.5 million votes. He barely won by the skin of his teeth. Oh, that's horrible, man. And was that against a Republican that he just barely won?
Eddie Rispone? Yeah.
All right, let me see how many registered voters there are. And
look at all this mass propaganda to your right. I can't stand that.
Yeah. I just block it out now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, tone it out.
Louis from King Louis. You know that's
Yeah.
how Louisiana was named after, right?
Yeah. Louisiana Purchase, all that. Oh, yeah.
So when was he elected? 2018 also, or?
Yep. Yep.
All right, let's go there. Secretary of State registration statistics, that'll work.
Yep.
So you guys have a Secretary of State down there too?
Yeah, SOS. Yeah.
Yeah, we have one up here also. Crow didn't understand what the hell I was saying when I was trying to explain that to him.
Well, where is he out of?
I don't know.
You know, why do they never show their faces?
I've heard him talk about living in the Northeast. I've heard him talking about living out west.
Why do they hide their faces though? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't like that too much either.
I know you can't see the true intent. It's like
he's not stepping on big people's dicks, you know. If anything, I'm doing that. God, I don't want to pull up another PDF or Excel spreadsheet. Bastard website. 2018. Wow, they do stuff weird on your end.
Well, don't worry about it then. I mean, you're not familiar with the website.
I'll see if I can pull it up while we keep talking. So yeah, the main thing I want to get over with that was your finances for your local government are not in your favor. So that should tell you right there that they're not making laws to make your life better.
Oh, I really think it's the people that think laws are passed to make your life better.
Yeah.
Versus the people that realize laws are here to constrict you more. They just tighten the noose.
Right. Oh, they even have your guys separated by race.
They do. I can't see that.
Black. Other. So only 3 million votes, it looks like, registered voters. And then again, that's just like Michigan. You only had half of that actually voted. So 50% to 50% to 50%. You know, you're only sitting at about a quarter less than. And you call that a democracy? That's not a damn democracy.
No, it's not. It's a crying shame is what it's called.
All right, I'll close that one. I'm going to close a couple of these so I'm not bogging myself down. But yeah, these are all things, people should look into. Just, you only have to look it up once. You know, it's not something you have to keep referencing. You can look it up once, print it, or write it down, and then you have statistics from government websites to be like, do you think you live in a democracy? Do you think your government works for you? You know?
Let's see. Real quick, why don't you show the YouTube channel of those two guys real quick, huh? That we're advocating. Or Chad Swan and Conservative.
Oh wait, I can't throw up YouTube on here, or else it's gonna bog my computer down. It won't record right.
Oh well, fuck it. Okay, we'll just end on that note. Any final statements you want to say today? Because I'm gonna put these two guys in the description.
Yeah.
Talk more about the
besides your state and local governments, you should look into, how we see that big breakdown of the national debt.
Yes.
Well, who are we in debt to? Who do we owe the money?
To the Federal Reserve that gave it to us in the first place, right?
Sure.
Isn't that what it is? We're going to pay them back?
We just say, you know what, this year we're going to hunker down twice as much federal income tax for the government and leave that whole system. Done. Why can't we have a decision to do that? Why can't we go back to having our own national centralized bank, not one that's hooked to the global economy?
It's purposely designed. What do they call it? Interdependence. It's why all the jobs are outsourced to China. That's all by design, man. They didn't just say spin the globe and say, oh, okay, we'll do China. I mean, it's interwoven interdependency by design. So if we ever want to break away, we couldn't be sorry. Like we don't even manufacture our own thing,
Yeah, and everybody likes to point the U.S. as being the bad guys. We're the biggest consumers in the world, blah, 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 all that. But we also have the biggest military, and we go and force the people that have the biggest banks, you know. This is one thing I had thought about earlier. You know, Lincoln being assassinated was trying to keep the national government or the national banking to the government, to the U.S. Treasury. He didn't want it to go private. That was one good thing that guy was trying to do. JFK was also trying to audit the Fed, if I remember. Yep. And, you know, that's a good reason to be taken out if they were the controllers. Iraq, Saddam Hussein wanted to stop using U.S. dollars to sell oil. And that was the big, what do you call it? The oil wars, whatever, you know. When that became a problem, U.S. went over there and basically took over the oil economy of Iraq, which I was a part of. Shamefully, but that's the way it should have been. And now
It's how you learn, man. It's how you learn. A lot of people, I think the first step to waking up is understanding JFK and 9/11. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the first thing you got to digest. You know, and if you can get over that, then you can keep on going down. You can keep chugging down the rabbit hole. If people don't want to believe JFK and 9/11, what really happened, and this isn't me flattering myself or saying this because of my own prejudice. I'm saying, like, if you really look at like the sloppy graphics and the shit story that was like stitched together on the fly, you know, for both of those stories, then you'll never wake up. But we're running out of time. I don't want to talk. Here, go ahead. Say what you said.
So yeah, I mean, the state of Michigan has this too. It says it has a very large debt that it's paying off, but we don't know who it's to.
their payroll, their money in their pockets.
Yeah, if you look into the budget, it doesn't explain who. I mean, it's going to a slush fund for the vacations. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I shouldn't have pulled up this big document right now. Just close it.
Yeah.
So we don't know if that debt's actually true, but they use it as a tool to keep us heavily taxed, to keep us onto this big banking system. Yeah.
Oppressive, yeah. Here, in the screen share and talk to the audience. In your screen share, so you pop up big and talk to the audience.
All right.
Go ahead, just preach.
So after the Federal Reserve, if you ever hear them talk to Congress when they have congressional hearings, Congress will eventually tell them, we need to do an audit on you. We need to do this. We need to do that. Where's this? The heads of Federal Reserve always tell them, we are not beholden to you, the federal government, or anybody. We'll let you know what we want to let you know. Yep. That's that. Like, holy shit.
That undermines anything. Like, they're not being held accountable. They print out money. I mean, that undermines everything. I don't know how that. If the U.S. dollar.
Alan Grayson was a representative down in Florida in the early 2000s, I want to say, and he was hammering the Federal Reserve executives about this, you know, and they're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, how do you gain the traction? You can call them out. How do you gain the traction and the clout to fucking shut them down? I mean, you and I can sit here and highlight all the horrible things that are going on, but how do you gain the traction to shut these people down? I mean, look at Donald Trump.
Right.
I mean, he's filthy fucking rich. He's self-made, doesn't owe anyone any favors.
Right.
And he can't even, I mean, look at them just attack his ass, you know?
Yeah. Yep. And, you know, if you look at all these big world banks, Russia has one, China has one, we're not going to attack those countries because they're already on the same economic system as us. They just have to play ball with their banks, and then they're good. Bank of England came before our Federal Reserve. France has one. This is all the big Rothschild dynasty is in this. Now, where those banks go to convene and the leaders of the country and stuff to decide who gets to take a big loan from this country for that country back and forth is called the Bank of International Settlements.
Yes.
That's in Switzerland also. So Switzerland is almost like an epicenter of all these big global world
power wielding, the powers that be.
Yeah, you got Geneva over there. You got everybody says you want to hide money, get a Swiss bank account, right?
No, Cook Island Trust. You want a Cook Island Trust.
Yeah, that too. You know, the
Okay.
Cayman
Well, I don't
Islands.
know. You know what? I take it back. I take it back. Now that like Corona and corruption and crap, I don't know. But
Right.
for all this, it was a Cook Island Trust.
Okay. Yeah. And you know, that's a lot of stuff is wrapped up into Switzerland. That's also where CERN is. So if you have big conspiracies about the Hadron Collider down at CERN, you know, you may not be too far off. Who knows? There's just a lot of stuff going on there. And like I said, that's a country that formed directly after the Knights Templar got kicked out of France.
Interesting.
And I think I can pretty much end on that note. When I
No,
talked to my mom about this, I said, you know, when you hire somebody to do a service for your house and they mess up, whose job is it to get that fixed, to get the whole thing fixed? Are you going to wait for their own executives to come down and check on their work to make sure it's all right? Or are you the one that's got to contact the company to let them know, I paid you for a service, you failed, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference between that and your government? When your government fails to do its job, quit waiting for the government to come down to fix it.
Oh yeah. Shit in one hand, wish in the other. When it comes to that, you'll never. Oh yeah. They're not designed to do that. They're not designed. Right. Our government's not designed to be held accountable. We have the illusion.
They say it is. Oh, we have
all that good government bullshit. You know what?
Yeah.
Look. We gotta wind down. We're at an hour. Just go ahead. I'm gonna shut up.
No, I'm good. That was the last point I want to make. That's something my mom brought up to me, and I wanted to share with you guys. So.
Okay, we'll pick back up there in about a week. Okay.
All right, brother.
Hey, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
Yeah.